So do you think? I'm wondering how much of it is it really about this whole money thing? Because women always say you don't make enough money to be poly or whatever, or you'd have to make. Here's what women say: you'd have to make X amount of money for me to be in a poly relationship. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, for a lot of women, it's not a moral issue; it's I'll be poly for pay.
That's cap.
Well, yeah,
Right.
I mean that's what they say. I don't know. That's what they say. So now I'm wondering if it's really about the money, because they say even the guys who have the money, they shit on them too. Even guys who got more money than they know what to do with it, and they do it, like the Neos of the world, they shit on them too. So is it really about the money?
I think
As far as an objection piece,
I think in our world of transactional relationships, I think it's about the offset. I think that I think she or he, if it comes to that, wants to be in this situation. And when they explain to other people what they're in, they want to be able to go, look, here are my perks though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we've kind of covered that people have been sold for most of their upbringing. They're sold this idea of monogamy, right? That you are entitled and owed one person to which you can expect ownership of their private parts and their social calendar and whatever.
that sounds like socialism,
Right. Maybe. And I think when someone doesn't walk away with that prize, quote unquote, then they feel like they have to give an accounting, or even society feels like they have to give an accounting of why they walked away with a lesser prize, of what is esteemed to be a lesser prize. So they need to show up like, oh, but he got money, or oh, she bad in a mug, or da-da-da-da-da-da, or I got my own chick, whatever it is, to do that offset. I don't know if we can get away from that until we see more successful poly relationships. I don't think that will change. The fact of the matter is, there aren't a lot of visible poly relationships.
Right.
And so when people do see poly, they do see it like a fad. They do see it like somebody getting tricked out of something, right? You're going to have to see some old people grow old in poly and be happy. And then before people go, oh, okay, there is fulfillment there. There is a full life there. Until then, I think the judgment will continue, and what I call the hate will continue.
I'm going to say it's cap, by the way. We got to wrap up soon, but I got to tell you it's cap. Women will say that because it's like, let me set this goal that they know they're never going to attain. No rich dude is pulling up on them, asking them to be in a triple. So, like, they'll say that shit, right? They'll say that shit.
It's not going to happen.
Right? Until you pull up with them. Like, oh, shit, I don't even know what to do. So I think they're cap.
Okay.
I think women lie. They just say that to set the goalposts in such a way they'll never happen because they're not truly open-minded to it. I mean, but to your point, though, it does suggest that for a certain price you are. So it's a quandary what people will do to not be associated with one thing, but to low-key your point, they associate themselves with something else.
I'll associate with it for a price.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what's confusing. So let me ask you guys this, close out with. Since people either can't get married or don't want to get married for whatever reason, the marriage rates are really low, what would be the harm in should it be decriminalized?
Polygamy?
Yeah, should it be decriminalized? So the people who want to do it can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll use, for example, like gay marriage. Like I don't care about that because nobody's forcing me to be in one.
Right.
Okay.
Like, what do you guys?
No, I decriminalize all the way. Listen, the only thing we should criminalize are murder and theft. Everything else, let people live their lives and do what they're going to do.
Okay.
No, I think when it comes to relationships, I think people should be able to do what they want to do. If they're happy within the poly relationship, cool. They want to get married within the poly relationship, cool. If they want to get, if they're gay and they want to get married, cool. They want to be monogamous, cool. Let people, when it comes to relationships, let them do what they're able or want to do simply because why not? In this particular case, as far as just relationships and so forth. So they want to get married, by all means, knock it out. But if you have problems in a monogamous relationship being married, I wonder what it's going to be like in a poly relationship married.
You cooked.
Well, I'll just say this before we get up out of here. That I think the question you was asking about who shows up at the barbecue, I didn't quite understand it at first, but it does make a lot more sense because it's interesting to me that one thing will be legal where I think another thing that's more natural, maybe by nature, to a certain extent is not. Like the idea that polyamory or polygamy is like outlawed, why exactly? Like for what? Like what was the basis of that? If two adults want to commit to each other under a covenant of marriage and share their resources, then what the fuck does the state have to do with that? But That other one, though, is all good, right? I think there are people legitimately asking why is one seem to be more acceptable, whereas the other one seems to be more natural and probably more needed in our community, to be honest with y'all, because some of y'all need covering. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking 2 applications to everybody out there. So,
I mean, we could take some of those single mothers off the street.
Yes.
yeah, for real. We're going to start a whole little campaign drive to take some of y'all single mothers off the streets by yours truly. Now, you might have to share. It's a little timeshare situation, but we'll work it out.